Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at @_the_smart_Alec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. I'm the other host. You can follow me at Redo Reviews or BMDRLR on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow on Comics Ground on Twitter, you can follow @on Comics Ground. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. You?
I'm doing good. It's been a while since we recorded, hasn't it?
Yeah, we might have missed a whole month or so.
March of the Clones did not happen this year, and for that, we are very sorry.
Yeah, we're both pretty busy, like, outside of this.
I've been very busy with a secret thing.
Yes.
And I've just been busy with school, too.
Yeah.
This semester has been kicking my ass.
Yeah.
And we've both been just slogged and slammed, but...
Yeah, I've just been busy with work.
Yeah. And we've both been doing some streaming, too, which has been very fun.
Yes, which, good way to relieve some fucking stress.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's just, like, I don't know, it's something about just playing video games while people are watching. Like, it doesn't even have to be a lot of people. It's just, like...
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
But a lot's happened since we last talked. I am now partially vaccinated against the coronavirus. I got my first Fauci ouchie a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago from today, actually. It wasn't that bad. Like, the only side effects I had were some pain in my arm and some fatigue, and that was it. And, like, I got the Pfizer, and it's different for everybody, like, depending on whichever one you get. So, like, you just gotta hope and pray that you don't have any bad side effects.
Yeah.
I've heard the second one's rougher, so... boy. That's a week from today, and I have an in-person final the day after that, which is probably when I'm going to be feeling the worst. So,
Oh, yeah.
have you been able to book an appointment yet?
I did sign up to be, like, notified when an appointment's available, so I'm just kind of waiting on that.
Yeah.
It every, like, once in a while I get a message saying you're still pre-registered, so it's kind of all I got right now, but
I hope you can get one soon.
yeah. What sucks most is for like one day at my store's pharmacy that I work at, we did have like COVID vaccines that we could sign up for, and then by like 2:00 in the afternoon that day they were all gone. So yeah, we only got like so many of them.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I hope y'all will get some more soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, then I'm just going to keep waiting until it lets me know when I can do it.
Hopefully it should be soon. Vaccine rollout has been pretty okay.
Yeah.
The Johnson & Johnson one got recalled, but that isn't really stopping the Pfizer or Moderna ones. So hopefully it'll pick up some steam soon.
Yeah. Johnson & Johnson's like the single vaccine, right? Like that's the single shot.
It's the one-shot one.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if y'all can get vaccinated, definitely do it. Especially because now it's in America, it's becoming easier to get vaccinated. So if you have the chance to, please, because like there's a lot of fucking people who need that vaccine, and like don't be an asshole and be like, I'm not gonna get it because my freedom. Don't be one of those people. Just get it. Especially if your work or school requires it, because they will.
Yep.
Which I saw people saying that, like, shit, like, that shit's like, wow, they're really making us have vaccine clearance for traveling and stuff. It's like, you had to do that with other vaccines before COVID even started.
Yeah,
like,
this has been a thing forever now.
Like, you have to do that to get into college and just regular public schools in general. Like,
yep.
Oh, God, people are so goddamn stupid.
It's bad.
Yeah. Enough of those politics, boys. Talk about Spider-Man. Okay, Uncle Frank. I don't have an Uncle Frank. That's just a character I made up. But
we all have that Uncle Frank figure.
Thankfully, I do not.
Oh, okay. You're lucky.
Yeah. I'm better. I'm not better. Well, I probably do, but I'm probably not in contact with that uncle anymore. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm getting way too personal. I don't know why. But yeah, a lot has happened. WandaVision ended. Falcon and Winter Soldier started.
It ends tomorrow as of recording.
Yeah. I'm
not ready to let it go.
Yeah, me neither.
I need more Sam Cap content now.
I cannot wait to see what is in the briefcase.
It's just going to be an IOU. It didn't come with anything. It's just a note that says IOU one suit.
I'd love it. I'd love that. They didn't have the budget for it because they had to stop filming.
They spent all the budget on John Walker's suit.
Yes.
Which is a very good suit.
It is. I wish it had the white on it, though.
Yeah. It's the best that U.S. Agent has ever looked.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna add the black to it.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
Yeah. I think a really cool way to do that would be like have the suit get kind of burned up a bit, so like all the blue parts are singed black. So like
kind of like in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Kind of like in Deadpool 2 when
yeah, when like all the red parts are like covered in like soot and shit, so it's gray, so it looks like the X-Force suit.
Mm-hmm.
So like do that, but like black with the blue parts.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I'm very excited to see the final episode tomorrow.
Same.
I feel like it's gonna have a lot more staying power than WandaVision.
Oh yeah, because WandaVision, the whole fun behind that one was going, what the fuck is happening? And then when you figure out what's happening, the fun doesn't completely go away, but it's definitely not as fun.
Also, it's like the Evan Peters thing, I'm just gonna admit, really fucking disappointing. Because it's just like, you make it this huge thing, and then it's boner chuckles.
Personally, I love it because it's just stupid, but I totally get why people hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it as much as other people do, but I think it's just like such a fucking waste of potential. Like,
yeah, like
that.
My thing is, I don't need multiverse X-Men shit in this story, or really any
valid.
story. Cause
that's valid.
To me, I feel like you could totally just integrate the X-Men normally without having to go, alright, let's just take the Fox universe and just slap that on there. There we go, all done.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, of course, I saw some people say like Marvel is the studio that cried multiverse 2 times, first with Mysterio and now with Quicksilver.
Yeah,
the thing is, did you really fucking believe Mysterio?
Yeah, like I totally understand the WandaVision complaint. If you fell for fucking Mysterio, that's on you.
Yeah, like
it's Mysterio.
Like because of like that marketing for Far From Home, I'm feeling like something is fishy in terms of No Way Home. But we'll get in. That's a good segue into Spider-Man because we have a lot to talk about because there's a lot of big news, a lot of big news. First things first, though, we have some like comics and some smaller news to touch on. ASM 61 to 64.
They came out. They exist as books.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, like there are fun ideas in here. Like Spidey being a streamer it feels like a modern take on the like the Spider-Mobile thing. But it feels like it should be a one-off gag in an issue and then dropped, but we're still going with it, and it's getting annoying.
Also, that new suit.
It's disgusting.
I don't like it. It's just such a shitty
terrible.
Design.
It's terrible, and I can't wait to never use it in the next Spider-Man game.
You know it's going to be gone as soon as Sinister War gets here, which we'll talk about in a bit. But
oh yeah, no, it'll be gone by the end of the story arc.
Yeah, which
go back to the closet with the 900 other ones.
Yeah, it's just so unappealing to look at. But it's just like a worse version of the big time suit.
It oh my god, it super is.
It's like,
especially the logo, it really reminds me of big time.
Keeping in line with Spencer's run, it's like, hey, let's do this old thing again, but bad.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, hey, remember this other thing? What if I do it again?
Yeah.
But not good.
Yeah. Like, the streamer stuff, like, I think is, like, cute for one issue, but, like, now that it's going on, I'm like, okay, no,
I'm gonna die when Screwball shows up.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Like, I'm scared.
I can't wait.
She got mentioned in one of those issues, so now I'm terrified.
Yeah. I hate the one of his face pasted on the "and I took that personally" meme.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
he says, "and the memes are solid."
It's like, fuck
just
you.
Don't, please don't. Also, it's just like, the stupidest thing about this is that they have held off so much on Boomerang not knowing that Peter is Spider-Man. When he should know by now.
Yeah, which I thought that note at the end of the latest issue was gonna end with him knowing. Like, revealing, oh, I've known for like a year.
But, like, it feels like a gag that's being... Like, here's the thing. The tone is so off in this story arc because I have no clue what to feel. Because everything keeps getting undercut with, like, Boomerang jokes and nothing with him, like... Nick Spencer's not letting Boomerang, like, be sincere for a moment.
That's the thing. Like
it is sincere, but it's always undercut by him by like a joke.
Yeah,
and
which I understand why, but at the same time, just let the guy have feelings that aren't immediately like undercut by, oh, also I'm a dick.
Yeah, and then like in the final note when he says like I think the part when he's like, I became your best friend ever, I think that was funny. Yeah. But when it's like, I would hate if anything happened to you, the most vulnerable and weakest of us all. Like, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
like,
which that I feel like would have been the time to go, oh, by the way, I totally know you're Spider-Man. I've just been playing it up this whole time.
Yeah.
'Cause I just think it's funny. Like,
yeah.
that
would have worked.
Yeah. Where it's like, P.S. I know you're Spider-Man. Don't worry. I'm not going to tell anyone. Also, holy shit, dude, you're a loser.
Yeah.
If you actually thought that you fooled me, are you for real?
I would have.
We live in the same apartment. How the fuck would I not know?
If it's really just that he actually doesn't know, that's just so stupid.
Yeah. Like, I want the moment to be like Peter has to like remove his mask in front of Boomerang, and he's expecting like the big reaction, and Boomerang's just like, what? I already knew. Did you not get that from my incredibly, like, from the note where I called you out specifically for being a loser? I'm trying to help you keep up your cover. It's what you do. You make yourself look like the biggest loser ever.
Considering Nick Spencer likes to do meta writing like that, I feel like that could definitely happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Also, I'm not a big fan of the fucking Romeo and Juliet shit with Randy and Janice.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, like, I do like, Robbie and Tombstone together. I think that's cool.
It's dynamic that I actually, like, completely forgot about.
Right? I forgot about that for so long because the only Tombstone that I fucking ever see these days is the one from Spectacular, where they didn't get a chance to go into their relationship because they were saving that for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I just totally forgot that the two actually, like, used to be friends back in the day before Tombstone became a horrible person.
Yeah. Like, the only Tombstones I really know are the one from Spectacular and the biker one from PS4.
Yeah. I also occasionally think about the 90s cartoon one where, as kids, Robbie and Tombstone are going to steal some, like, ice cream from a shop, and then Robbie just bolts and Tombstone goes to juvie for breaking the window.
Man, all that over ice cream? God damn.
It was that one day. Just suddenly, Tombstone's like, I guess I gotta murder you.
Jesus.
And then he fell into the Joker vat.
And became the jonkster.
the bulletproof Joker.
But, yeah, it's just, I'm not a fan of the Romeo and Juliet shit. Because it's like, it's starting to feel like a fucking Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the cutting back and forth between Peter talking to Randy and the Syndicate talking to Janice.
Yeah.
Like, now, if it's something like High School, that works for me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if these were all still teenagers, I would totally buy this and be like, yeah no, this makes sense, this is funny. But these are all adults in, like, their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why it doesn't work for me. And it just...
why the fuck is this a CW show now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that... You know what? This run of Spider-Man is literally like a fucking CW show. No, wait. It actually is, because it's doing all this old stuff, but worse.
Oh my god.
A terrible mystery box villain with an unsatisfying reveal.
Oh no.
And constant teasing of things to come. But they're like, no, we're not going to do the thing that's clearly looming over everybody. Let's do this side story that nobody cares about.
It's like, well, you want a Green Goblin back? Well, bitch, suck it up. Have more fucking Kindred sitting in a box.
Also, can let us not forget you're good. Let us not forget the writing of feminism, but very much from a straight white man.
Yeah.
Hashtag feminism. I still hate that one episode of...
They say that like 6 times in the episode. It drives me nuts.
They do. It's...
It was really like, bad.
It's like Nick Spencer writing The Syndicate. I'm just like... This feels so tone deaf. Like, it really...
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously not saying guys cannot write feminism well, but... Yeah. Just, like, it's very... That's Nick Spencer on his way right now. To kick down my door. What do you mean the guy who wrote Hydra Cap doesn't understand feminism? Anyway.
Or tone, or meaning, or, like, outside.
And I know this is ironic because I myself am a white guy, but when I'm uncomfortable reading it, that's kind of saying something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like when even I don't know.
When my dumbass can see the problems, there's a problem.
Exactly, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'd like to see a book on the Syndicate written by somebody who can tackle these topics better than Nick Spencer.
Yeah, honestly, do like another like Superior Foes of Spider-Man, but with the Syndicate.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be fun. I want to read that.
It'd be really cool.
But yeah. Oh, also there's a subplot of Kingpin hiring Baron Mordo to, actually fucking advance the Kindred plot. Kingpin's the only one who actually wants to know what the fuck is happening.
Baron Mordo and Kingpin represent Marvel because they're like, okay, we fucking get it, Nick Spencer. You have your Keikaku. We're gonna give you an extra nudge.
Yeah. Kingpin and Mordo are the fans who just want some fucking answers already.
Yeah.
And Spencer is Kindred going, no.
Yeah. Oh, also, Ock is back.
At the end of the last issue, he digs up a grave, there's nothing in it, and he's like, what the fuck?
Did Superior Spider-Man end with him, like, not having his memory or something?
I want to say it did, like, remove at least some of them to make him, like, a bad guy again. Like,
yeah.
It's weird. It's stupid.
That shit is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, like...
It's the fucking, like, you need to be ruthless again in order to beat Spider-Norman. Like,
and the only way you can do it as a fat, middle-aged man... With
robot
arms.
Not the young fit man with superpowers. No, the guy with
and robot arms because he had the Iron Spider arms.
Fucking why did they get rid of Superior Octopus?
I don't know. It's the best look he's had in forever.
Just pain. Anyway,
back. He's looking for a body, which I'm sure was like the other corpse from the issue where the centipede went up the butt,
or it might have been his own tomb because he did die technically.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. There's his actual body. Okay, he might be looking for that, which I think is probably the other body that got mixed in with all the other ones.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that'll be interesting.
It's all the lead up to this July, the Sinister War.
I am so fucking tired.
Yeah.
And Nick Spencer indicated that this is the end of his run. Please,
I hope it is.
Please let it be.
Yeah.
Please fucking... Like, there are a lot of people on Twitter who like this run.
Yeah, and I'm very happy for you that you've been enjoying
I like this run too. Up until fucking Absolute Carnage, I like this run.
Yeah. Honestly, even, like, I go so far to say... It wasn't until Last Remains I really decided that I'm not a fan of the run.
Yeah.
Because Last Remains was like the thing we were building up to for the past 2 years. And it's like, okay, we're finally going to get some answers.
And nothing happened.
No, the only answer we got was Kindred's name. And then everything else, nothing. We got nothing. Wait another 2 years.
We had stuff taken away from us, aka Harry's character development.
Like, were you reading Venom where Harry and Normie are in it, and Harry's portrayed as like a pretty cool guy who's looking after his kid and everything? Yeah, no, fuck you. He's a demon.
Also, like you said, it would have like worked better if Harry was actually a character in the book.
Yeah.
Before his reveal. And like that might have tipped people off, but it's like that's fucking better than just having him not be there and then have him just show up and be like, "Hey Peter, I'm still mad at you for stealing MJ from me, and I'm still mad at Daddy, even though I got over this like 10 years ago."
like 4 times.
Yeah, like, and of course Harry has a good reason to hate Norman, but like,
oh yeah, no, like he should always hate Norman. That
yeah, like
I feel like that's justified.
Yeah, we're not saying he shouldn't, but it's like get over the fact, like basically move past it.
Yeah, you got cucked. Get over it.
Yeah.
Except not even, because you weren't dating.
Like Peter feel like, I got over getting cucked. Why can't you?
And it was by your father. How did the guy feel?
Like, I don't, like, it's just like they bring back the thing from from Spectacular of Harry telling MJ it will never come to this, and then he just fucking shits all over that.
Yep.
Because MJ just says like 2 things to him. He's like, okay, I'll kill you.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, clearly I was wrong back then.
Don't read Child Within, everybody. Read Last Remains. This is the true Peter versus Harry story.
Yeah, the one where all they do is talk about how cool Last Remains was. Or how cool Child Within was, I mean.
Yeah. Like, I know we talked about it a lot, but it's just Last Remains is so fucking dog shit.
It's awful. Like, it starts out pretty okay, where it's like, okay, I'm interested where this is going, and then the reveal happens, and I'm like, okay, you shot yourself in the foot a bit, and by a bit I mean a lot, but you know what, you can salvage this, it's okay. And it's like, oh no, you're sinking the ship faster. Oh, you're literally like adding weights to the ship now.
There were like only a couple things I liked. They were the ending of ASM 52 when Peter's neck gets snapped.
Yeah.
Because if they did not reveal Harry as Kindred, that would have been awesome, because it would have made me think like, oh god, it actually is Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ending of ASM 53 when Harry pulls off the mask and says "Gotcha."
Yeah, like that is cool.
But the rest of it is awful.
Yeah.
Like, just
also that should have been the reveal, and not 3 issues ago where Norman goes, "Oh, Harry's Kindred, by the way."
That had to have been a mandate by Marvel.
It had to have been, where it's like, you have to reveal it at issue 50. No one is going to keep reading after 50 if you don't reveal it now.
And like, because they're like, we need the tie-in book to have Norman have an arc, and it's just fucking, I hate everything.
Yep.
Ugh, God, I hope that if Sinister War does end this run, we at least get some fucking answers about One More Day, and some answers with Mephisto, because we still have not gone back to that.
I forgot about that.
It's exactly like we said.
We're just not going to talk about it.
We're just not cutting back to that. We're not going to cut back to that until the fucking end of the run.
The final issue of Sinister War, like, everything's taken care of, and then suddenly Doctor Strange comes through a portal. It's like, Peter, you gotta help me. It's like, Mephisto's got Nazis taking over Vegas again. And the only way to save it is by giving up your marriage. I mean, getting it back.
And then we see the end of the issue. It says, end of part 1 of Spencer's run.
Oh no.
Part 1 out of 5.
Oh no.
That would actually hurt. That would hurt a lot.
Part 1 of 5, the first entry in this trilogy. We got just 15 fucking times this run. 15
3-year runs of... That would be 45 years.
If he does that, then Dan Slott can no longer say he wrote the longest run in recent years.
Nope.
Because by that point, it won't be recent years.
No. Oh, God. Anyway. Sinister War is happening. I have no fucking clue what it's going to be. It's Kindred's Keikaku. Yeah, even though they're like, no, Last Remains was a Keikaku. But no, actually it's Sinister War. Forget about Last Remain. Sinister War is his Keikaku.
Yeah, like... Anyone who reads DC, remember Batman Who Laughs, remember, Dark Knight's Metal and the Batman Who Laughs miniseries going, this is the Batman Who Laughs' plan, and then this is the Batman Who Laughs' plan, and then Death Metal goes, actually this is, that's what this is.
You imply as if DC will let anybody forget about the Batman Who Laughs.
You're not wrong, because I guarantee you he'll be back by the end of the year.
Let us not forget the Batman Hatton Who Laughs.
You can never forget the Batman Hatton.
Alan Moore is going to open up the sky one day with his magic and bring Cthulhu to destroy DC headquarters.
And you know what? I'm okay with that.
I will sit by and watch. I will
pull out the lawn chair.
Like, oh god. So that happened.
But yeah, no. Oh yeah, and Sinister War, Sinister Six versus Savage Six, probably also Sinister Syndicate's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
It sucks because villain versus villain is my favorite trope ever, and I'm not very hyped about this.
Yeah.
Mainly because I could not give less of a fuck about the Savage Six.
Mm-hmm.
They're just animal-themed Spider-Man villains hanging out. That's like half of the Sinister Sixes.
Mm-hmm. It's just dumb, stupid, and smelly, and I hate it.
Also, why the fuck is Tarantula here? Does anyone care about Tarantula?
He's Spidey's opposite.
Which one?
I don't...
Remember back in the day when, Tarantula's whole thing was my stunning stingers on the end of my boots, and it's just giant fucking, spikes that he stabs into people's hearts, and it goes thunk, and it's like they're stunned now.
Totally not dead, just stunned.
Nope, they'll get up within, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Also, I guess Sandman's coming back in Sinister War. It's been a while.
That's cool.
I think he got turned to glass for a while or something. I don't remember.
They pulled a Spider-Man 3 on him.
I'm trying to... I think it was in the Zdarsky Spectacular Spider-Man series was the last time he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Honestly, I say make Sandman an Avenger again. I think that'd be fun.
Please, make him a good guy again. He's so interesting as a good guy.
He really is. And you know
sorry.
what? The Avengers needs a new writer, first and foremost, but it could use a good, shake up to the roster, so just toss Sandman on there.
Yeah. People have fan casted John Cena as Sandman, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually good. I like that.
I would not be upset if that happened.
I think he'd be really cool.
Yeah,
unless the rumors of Thomas Hayden Church returning are true, which could very well be possible now with what we know, but we will get into that soon.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Do you have any last thoughts on ASM and Sinister War?
I like that they brought back the 90s font for it.
Yeah.
It looks cool with the red and blue. I like that.
Remember the last time we said that? It was for J.J. Abrams' Spidey.
Oh, no.
So, just think about that.
So anyway, King in Black.
An actual good book.
Yeah, a very good book. It wrapped up recently, and I haven't read Venom yet because that's too much, and it's all just King of Black tie-ins anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is Flash comes back, but not as a flesh and blood person, but he basically takes over one of the dragons, and it becomes an anti-venom dragon, and it looks awesome. That's really all I know about the Venom issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, you know what? Cool. But also, can we bring back Flash for real, please?
Mm-hmm.
I do think he is coming back, though.
Yeah. I feel like with Eddie's new gig, I feel like it's going to open the door for Flash coming back.
Yeah, it's that, and I want to say I might have seen a thing a while. I might have seen like a cover of like a new team book or whatever, and Anti-Venom Flash was on it.
Ooh.
I think I could be totally mistaken, and I just saw something else. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Marvel and DC can't advertise their books for shit, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I know that comics have come out is whenever I scroll through Twitter and see one of my mutuals go, "Oh shit, here's the fucking ending pages of this newest issue of the comic you're reading." I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah. AKA what I did to everybody with Kindred.
Oh. I wasn't going to say nothing, but...
It's been a while, so it's like, it's fine, but...
Yeah.
I did not mean to spoil anybody. I just did it with the intent to discuss with people. Not, yes, it was a mistake, but, like, I was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna start the conversation about this. Not thinking, hey, maybe I should not post the final page. Anyway, you were saying...
One sec. Okay. No, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it.
James, please don't cut this out. It's funny.
Leave it in.
Please.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Alright. So anyway, back to King in Black. So it finally ended in issue 5. Don't ask me about tie-ins. I know nothing about any of them. So in issue 4, where we last left off many moons ago, Silver Surfer showed up and he brought with him the God of Light, and he let it go find its host, and it showed up at like the secret bunker where Reed and Eddie are hanging out, and Reed goes, "Wait, we know what this thing is. It's fucking Captain Universe."
Mm-hmm.
And it immediately goes into Eddie and makes him the new Captain Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that issue 5 picks up where that left off, where Null and Silver Surfer are staring each other down, and Surfer turns his board into a giant fucking sword.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other heroes have come together and are gonna go punch the shit out of God. And then Venom shows up and goes, "We'll take it from here." And Null is like, "Okay, is that supposed to scare me?"
And doesn't he combines the I did read this issue, so
okay. Yeah. So he takes Mjolnir and Surfer's board and slams them together to create a fucking venomized like cosmic battle axe.
Like it's like the Venom symbol, but as an axe, and it's the most fucking metal thing ever. And also, I just wanted to say this: they echo back to this line of dialogue from issue number 2, way back like 3 years ago, when Venom is talking about Eddie, when the Venom symbiote's talking about Eddie Brock, and it's like, or it's either Rex or the symbiote, I forgot which one it was, but talking about like Eddie Brock and how is he still alive, and it's like talking about he's the man of 1,000 second chances to comeback king, and then he says it again here.
I'm the man of 1,000 second chances, damn it, the comeback king. Mm-hmm. As he's just charging at Null with this fucking giant axe.
Listen, if they do this for Venom 3, I might have to give Sony like a pass, because like
honestly, yeah, because like this is all I want.
You know what? Give me Tom Hardy, give me Tom Holland, give me whatever Spider people show up soon for the eventual King in Black movie, and I will be there day one.
Yup. And like Eddie he's just, Null's flying away because he's like, what the fuck is this? And he just sends a bunch of dragons, and Venom just cuts all their heads off. And, like, Null, like, takes out All Black, and it's like, alright, time to kill you. And then Eddie just catches it and just turns it to dust.
Yeah.
And goes, no more swords, no more dragons, just you and me. As they're just flying through buildings. And then the Celestial starts moving. So Eddie just flies up and cuts his fucking head off.
It's like the ending to Man of Steel, but better.
Yeah. This is actually cool.
Yeah. And no one's getting hurt.
Yeah, well,
people are getting hurt, but civilians aren't.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Venom is not Superman, so I don't hold him to the same standards.
That is true, yes.
Because I'm sorry, it's Superman. I'm gonna judge him like Superman. Anyway, Venom's holding Null over the same ledge that Null dropped him from back in issue 1. And then uses the battle axe to carve away all the symbiotes that Null is wearing, leaving him just this skinny, naked, pale man.
AKA Matthew Watson. That's so mean, but I love Matthew Watson, so it's okay.
It is. And then he just drops him from the building, and he falls on like a car. and then Venom just like tosses the axe away because he's not going to need it for this. And Null goes like, "You can't kill darkness. You might kill me, but darkness, it'll live on in your son." So Venom just takes him and picks him up and flies him up in the sky through the bubble that Null has around the building. Or not the building, the Earth. Yes, building. And then
the building known as Earth.
Yes.
That's what planets are anyway. They're just buildings with billions of people on them.
Yeah. Especially in Star Wars.
Yes, exactly.
But anyway, this is one of my favorite little bits where like Venom's flying Null up into space, and Null goes, "The darkness has teeth, child." And Venom goes, "Yeah, so do we." And he just blasts him in the face with like fire breath or whatever. It just melts his face. And then he goes, "You might be right. There's always going to be darkness. We might be swallowed. We might lose. We'll all be consumed by the void. Blah blah blah. I don't give a shit. This is for Dylan." And then he just turns him into nothing.
Because it just throws him into... Not even throws, it just makes him, like, suffer and burn in the sun.
Yeah, he just flies him into the heart of the sun and holds him there, and he just turns into blue dots and dies.
And so then he goes back, and, like, Null is trying to take over Dylan because there's a piece of him in Dylan.
Yeah.
Like, is it the Codex?
I think... It's very unclear.
Yeah.
I think it might be the Codex because Dylan's like, a human symbiote hybrid, so he's special, so Null has like a special control over him, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Surfer and Thor get their shit back from the battle axe.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, well, we don't need that anymore. We're not sharing this.
Sorry, very cool guy outside driving.
Oh, you're good. I heard the cool guy. He was very cool.
He's gonna be getting tons of women.
All of them.
Yes. Every single woman to exist on this planet. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't ever know where I'm going with a bit, so, like, just...
You're good. Don't worry, I steal my bits from everywhere else.
Exactly, same.
Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention probably one of my favorite parts of the book where after Null's beaten, Blade earlier, he got the vampires to help from Dracula. And the vampires are like, "Yeah, we did it! Hail Dracula, we did it! Let's go kill Blade!" And they just start kicking the shit out of him. And one of the Avengers, it's not clear who, they call Blade and they're like, "Do you need backup?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And they're like, you know something we don't? And it's like, yeah, I know what time it is. And the bubble just breaks away and all the vampires turn to dust. Because it's daytime.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I cannot wait for the Blade movie.
It's gonna be so good. Like,
it's definitely gonna come out in 2022, right?
I think so, yeah.
There's an October slot set for 2022, and I feel like that has to be Blade.
Yeah. You know what I want from a Blade movie? Mm-hmm. Do you know the opening scene in Devil May Cry 3 with Dante in like the kind of like the clubhouse where with like the pool table and shit?
I don't think I do.
Oh, well, you gotta see that. But
I've never played Devil May Cry, so
that's true. But I'd hoped you'd at least like seen the scene somewhere on the internet. Like,
if I might have at some point, and I might have just forgotten it.
Yeah, well, basically a bunch of these demons just start fighting Dante in his house. Like, he doesn't have like a shirt on or anything, and like they all stab him with like these big sides, and Dante just like punches one of them to dust and just starts walking away before like getting the fight started after he picks the right music. Like, that's the kind of shit I want for a Blade movie.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, and like he kicks the pool table and all the pool balls start flying through the air, and he just shoots one and it like ping pongs all over the place and hits one of them in the head.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's what I need from like Blade.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun action like that.
I hope that movie will be good.
Same.
I feel like it will be.
It's got Mahershala Ali. It's already got some points going for it.
Well, to be fair, he was in Green Book, so.
Okay, that's true.
The greatest movie ever. No.
Yeah, you can't even finish that joke.
No, I cannot, because it is awful.
It's terrible. But yeah, anyway, Eddie uses his Captain Universe powers to pull out this purple goop and then destroys it, and Dylan is okay, and I assume he doesn't have his powers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Captain Universe powers like, okay, I'm done. Bye. And just like becomes pixels and
change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Literally though. And Eddie's just like, what is happening? I don't get it. And the Enigma Force is like, you become something else, something new. And then, his symbiote rejoins with him and he's like, Eddie, can you hear me? Well, do you know what happened? And Eddie's like, I can hear all of them. And it's like, what? And symbiote's like, the symbiotes are speaking to you because you killed Null. You did it. You're the hive mind now, Eddie. You're the god of the symbiotes. You're the king in black.
Yeah.
That's so fucking good. What do you do with Venom after this?
Like,
where do you go?
I know right now that Sony's fucking drafting up the script for Venom 3, and they're pulling everything from the Johnny Cates running King in Black.
What's happening right now is it's the fucking SpongeBob clip, but it's Avi Arad and Amy Pascal, and one of them's going, write that down, with the binoculars, exactly. And the other's just doing tic-tac-toe.
Avi Arad's the one yelling, write that down, and Amy Pascal's the one doing tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
She's like, I don't care. I care about MCU Spider-Man. That's making us the most money.
Yeah, right? It is.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, more Spider-Verse. More.
Yes.
Always more.
Good segue, because we got some news about Into the Spider-Verse 2.
We do.
The first one is something that is actually fully confirmed. We have a new directing trio.
That's right.
Well, let me look into it. Initially, the director, there was only one director, Joaquim Dos Santos, who directed a lot of cartoon stuff. He directed a lot of episodes of Avatar and Legend of Korra and of Justice League Unlimited, and of Voltron, the Netflix Voltron series.
Oh man, now I'm depressed.
I have a friend who's like who really liked that show, but like I heard they told me that like it got very bad.
Oh yeah. By like season 3 or 4, it just falls apart, and then it just keeps falling further and further until it ends.
I know Josh Keaton voices one of the characters.
Yeah, he voices Shiro. He's kind of the main character.
Mm-hmm.
The that's all I really know about it. Can't really decide between him and the red one.
I also know there was a lot of stuff with the fan base that was.
Oh yeah, no, the fan base was fucking insane.
Yeah, but yeah, so Joaquim Dos Santos did a lot of. He also let's see this. He directed episodes of season 3 of Avatar. He directed The Headband, The Beach, The Puppet Master, Day of the Black Sun, Boiling Rock Part 1, The Southern Raiders, and the finale. So
it's pretty good.
It's safe to say some of the best episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe not the first two, because The Headband is just footloose, and
it really
The Beach is just like an anime beach episode.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are solid and probably the best of the show. But so we have him. It was just him at first, but now it's going to be 3 directors again, like the first movie. The others are Justin K. Thompson, who was a production designer on the first movie, and did animation for the 2003 Clone Wars series.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Then again, he also did visual development for the Emoji Movie, so well, do with that what you will.
I'll let that one slide.
Yeah. And then we have Kemp Powers, who was a writer for Soul and for One Night in Miami, which is literally getting a bunch of award nominations, and literally was nominated for an Oscar for One Night in Miami. So, it's safe to say it's in good hands.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of not great that they didn't ask the original directors to return, but these new directors do have a lot of good cred. So
yeah.
And I think the original directors... Solid. Yeah. I think the original directors are still on for producing, so... But I am excited to see what this movie will be. They're saying it's going to be even more ambitious, and like what they're doing is like blowing the first movie out of the water in terms of animation techniques and stuff. So it's like,
okay, I believe it about the animation techniques. I was going to say I do not believe it when it comes to story. There's no way you're going to beat the first one.
Probably not, but we'll see.
That is surprise
me. You can always... I mean, remember, Spider-Man 2, when that came out, people were... Like, usually superhero sequels weren't that great. Or at least weren't better than the first. And a lot of people believe that Spider-Man 2 was better than Spider-Man 1. And, you know, almost 20 years later, they were wrong. But it's fine.
Got him.
The timing on that was perfect. I love that. But yeah, like there is a chance, like I want to know at least something about what the story is going to be. I am almost certain that the Silk TV show is going to be connected to it because Lord and Miller are producing and writing it. So I can see the ending of the Silk show being and I probably talked about this like several times, but I can see the ending being of season 1 being like a portal opening up, and then fucking Spider-Ham coming through being like, hey, we need your help. You hear John Mulaney be like, there's a horse loose in the hospital. So
why does Spider-Ham sound like Stan Lee?
I didn't think I was doing that, but
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Maybe John Mulaney just... I was trying my best to do John Mulaney, but I guess I can't. It's fine.
You were doing okay. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I heard Stan Lee first, but now I hear the Mulaney.
Thank you. What if I wish Stan Lee, like, that would have been cool if Stan Lee voiced Spider-Ham. It would have been
That
cool.
would be funny.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, his appearance in the movie is already perfect enough.
Yes, it is.
Man, that
the
came
fact
out,
that
like right after too, didn't it?
It was literally like a month after.
Oh man.
So that makes the cameo just even more like, ugh.
Yeah.
And that the fact that he actually gets to voice Jameson in the post-credit scene too.
That's so good because he always said Jameson was based on himself.
Yeah, he always wanted to play Jameson or voice Jameson.
Yeah, because like back in the day, like I want to say during the 80s or 90s, Michael Jackson tried to buy all of Marvel Comics just so he could play Spider-Man in a movie.
Yeah.
And Stan almost signed off on the deal under the condition of, can I play J. Jonah Jameson? Thankfully, every other person in the company told him, Stan, no.
No.
Don't do it.
We're not signing off the company to Michael Jackson.
We are not selling the whole company to Michael Jackson just so you could play J. Jonah Jameson. You could do that right now if you wanted.
I respect the grind from Stan Lee. I respect the commitment, but I'm glad that did not happen.
Yeah.
Not glad that I didn't play Jameson. I'm glad that deal did not happen.
Yeah. Like that.
But
Marvel was going through some tough times at that point. I don't see Michael Jackson making a Spider-Man movie fixing that.
Yeah. But speaking of others, one other thing about Spider-Verse 2, there is a rumor that was partially deconfirmed, but it wasn't really by anybody involved in the movie, so it's possible that that person could be lying. But the rumor is that Christopher Daniel Barnes is returning to voice 90s Spider-Man in the movie with the same animation and everything. What do you think about that?
Please. I need it.
I swear to God, your theory might be coming to fruition.
I need it. I need it.
There's like just it would work so well. It would work so well.
Yeah. Like, you know, for those who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, my whole idea for Spider-Verse 2 is follow up on the end of the 90s cartoon where, you know, it ends with Peter and Madam Web traveling the multiverse to find MJ, and then Spider-Verse Ock and 90s Green Goblin start working together to fuck up the multiverse and destroy Spider-Man everywhere forever. Mm-hmm. So then he teams up with all the other Spider-Men across the multiverse and brings them in to help him find MJ and stop these assholes. And it's just, I need it.
That would be so good. It would be great. It would be fantastic. Like, genuinely it would be. So I very much hope the rumor is true. Even if it isn't that exact story, I want Christopher Daniel Barnes back. Because whenever I read adult Spider-Man, I either hear Josh Keaton or Christopher Daniel Barnes.
Same.
When I read Teenage Spider-Man, I can only hear Sean Marquette.
I am sad to say that fucking Drake Bell's voice has drilled its way into my brain.
No.
So it's just there now.
I wish they got Sean Marquette back to play him in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
That would have been fun.
Because, like, whenever I read Ultimate Spider-Man, he is the voice I hear.
Yeah.
Like, because first of all, he's the only, before Tom Holland, he was the only actor to play Spider-Man who was a teenager and not an adult pretending to be a teenager.
Yeah.
He wasn't a sus imposter.
Get out.
I'm so sorry.
Get out of here.
I can't. We gotta finish this episode.
I know.
I'm sorry. That's what all actors are. They're just okay. I'm not going to say the I word again.
So thank you all for listening to the final episode of Living on the Edge. At the very least, the final one I will be on. Not really. I'm never leaving this place.
Yes. We're trapped. No, we're not. I'm kidding. Yeah. But it, like, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, Sean Marquette was the only teenager to voice or play Spider-Man.
Yep.
Before Tom Holland. Tom Holland was 19 when he first played Spider-Man, so technically still a teenager.
Yeah, he's like just barely qualified.
Yeah,
he was a couple months away.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So like I just wish they brought him back. It would be cool if they bring in that Peter Parker and then have Sean Marquette voice him. Yeah. Although I know for a fact they'll have Drake Bell voice him, which kills me inside, but it's fine.
Yeah, the dream is having the old PS2 model from the game pop through a portal with the voice.
I would love that. That would be great.
And then Venom just standing there right behind him.
Senor.
Yeah, which speaking of, I love that Venom voice.
Oh, me too. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sad that guy didn't really do a whole lot. I don't think outside of that Venom.
Yeah, that's so weird.
At the very least, not much voice work that I'm aware of. Let me double check because I've looked this up a couple times, but I never. Let me see. Arthur
Curry.
Oh no. Arthur Burkhart, I guess is how you pronounce it. Yeah, he voiced Venom. Oh shit, never mind. He was in fucking G.I. Joe as like Destro and shit. And he was in Transformers as Devastator back in like the 80s.
Oh shit.
So okay, yeah, he did plenty back. He's definitely retired now. The last thing he did was back in 2010. Okay, yeah, he did a bunch of voice work. It's just he's old. So he retired.
Damn. His Venom was great. That's all I can say.
And now that I know he was Devastator and Destro, I can totally hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch those cartoons a lot.
I can't believe... I found out recently that Destro in the G.I. Joe movie was Christopher Eccleston, a.k.a. the Ninth Doctor.
Yeah.
A.k.a. even more importantly, what's his face from Thor the Dark World?
Malekith.
Malekith, yeah. God,
I want him to come back as a totally different role. Like, can we just pretend like he was never Malekith and he gets to make his actual MCU debut?
Or just let him come back as Malekith, but with, like, an actual comic design and, like, actually cool.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. He had to... He literally said he came back to do Ninth Doctor stuff because he needs money. Which, like, is totally respectable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he puts it in a way where it's, like, it's totally respectable, and I totally understand because they fucked him over big time.
Yeah.
He was very much not happy with the BBC.
No. And he had every right to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a real shame because he was fucking fantastic.
That's his catchphrase.
It was. As soon as it left my mouth, I realized, wait, that's what he fucking said.
Yeah. Fantastic. He said it like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because he has a northern accent. But, Christopher Eccleston was Destro, and fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt was Cobra Commander.
Yup. And he had the stupid fucking mask on where it's like, you can call me Commander. And then the movie ended.
That's
like, right. Literally, they go to jail and the movie ends. they put Christopher Eccleston in this stupid, terrible CGI silver face because he's got to look like Destro now.
Yeah.
And then in the next movie, they just go, "Nah, fuck you," and blow him up.
They did the same thing to Channing Tatum.
It's true, they did.
They literally had to reshoot the movie and delay it to film more scenes with him so it didn't feel as offensive to fans that they just killed him off in the first 20 minutes.
Unfortunately, it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, Cobra Commander actually looked awesome.
Yeah, that is true. He did look very good in Rise of Cobra. Not Rise of Cobra. What's the second one called? Retaliation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one with The Rock in it.
And the one where they talk to the North Korea person and be like, of course you would be the last one to turn your nukes off.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
At least Storm Shadow was cool.
Yeah.
And Snake Eye. The ninjas were cool.
The Snake Eyes movie is still supposed to come out this summer.
I forgot that was a thing.
You know what I love? The fact that the guy from Kickin' It played young Snake Eyes.
That's right. Oh my god.
Kickin' It was a good show. It was a good show.
It was fun.
Disney XD had some good shows.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
It was basically Disney Karate Kid.
Yeah. It had Zeke and Luther. It had Pair of Kings. It had Mighty Med. It had Gravity Falls for the most part, because...
You mentioned Pair of Kings. Didn't both of those guys go to jail or something?
Yeah, Adam Hicks and Mitchell Musso both went to jail.
That's
Mitchell Musso for a DUI. Adam Hicks because he robbed a bank.
That's right. What the fuck, man?
I forgot the other guy's name, but he was also on Sweet Life on Deck.
Let me double check.
Let me look up his name. I'm very invested in this right now.
I think it was Doc Shaw.
Doc Shaw, yeah, he's the only one who did not go to jail.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes, he is. He was a king.
Yeah.
I
think he retired from acting.
Good for him.
I gotta double check this because
he put his work in.
Yeah, okay. He was in. Oh, holy shit! He was in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes back in 2014.
What?
Yeah, and then he stopped doing shit for about 4 years because then he was in The Pains and Love Daily in 2018, and then in House of Pain for a while.
He's been in that until this year, but I guess maybe he just stopped.
I guess so. And he's supposed to be in a thing called The Remnant, which I don't know what that is. I'm trying to... I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
IMDb is betraying me right now.
But, oh god, also Lab Rats. Lab Rats was a great show.
Oh, yeah. I saw Disney XD had a marathon a couple days ago. I watched a couple episodes. It still holds up.
Is Disney XD still on? I thought they took it. I thought they took it down.
Nah, it's still going.
Oh, cool! I gotta start watching that. I say that just because when I was in middle school / early high school, I always had Disney XD on. So I'd wake up every morning in cold sweat and I'd see Pair of Kings on TV, or Zeke and Luther on TV, or Lab Rats on TV. That was the life. I want to go back anyway.
Right now, it's the home of Phineas and Ferb, Gravity Falls, and DuckTales.
Nice. The good shit.
Yeah, and occasionally they air man, they have a lot of Lab Rats marathons. What the fuck?
Damn, I need to put Disney XD again.
I was just scrolling through tomorrow's thing on my TV, and there's a 4-6 hour block, maybe. What the? Hang on.
Lab Rats watch party. Let's do it.
Let's see.
Let's make this a Lab Rats podcast.
Can we get Hal Sparks in here? I'm pretty sure he has a podcast.
He was in Spider-Man 2, so...
Oh my god, he was.
Hal Sparks is a king.
Yeah, honestly, he's cool. I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah. I need to follow him. I don't know why I didn't follow him. But Donald Davenport was the GOAT.
He was the only good billionaire.
It's so weird how Lab Rats had such good characters. Like, his fucking brother was like an evil dickhead. And then he got a redemption arc, and he was like really cool.
Yeah, he was basically the show's equivalent to Loki from the MCU.
Yeah,
like, he's just an asshole, but he's also a pretty cool guy sometimes.
Yeah, and he makes Leo bionic. Yeah. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. God. Like, really, my only complaint about that show is that they set up Marcus as like a big thing, and then they never did anything with him after the first season.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in one episode of like season 3 or 4 or whatever, and then he gets blown up again.
As he deserves. I hated him.
Oh yeah, no, like he sucked as like a person, but I thought he could have been a fun villain as like just. I like robots.
It's so weird how creative they got when they were like forced into the sitcom aspect.
Right?
Like, it's so like just that's. I know we're getting very like deep into Lab Rats, but it's like genuinely they did a good job. Like that.
There's a lot of cool shit to talk about with that show.
Yeah, a Lab Rats podcast coming soon. Probably not, but
no, don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Okay. We need to talk about the main topics.
Oh god,
we can't put it off any longer.
It's true. We really can't. We gotta.
It's not all bad, but it's chaos. Something is happening at Sony headquarters. I'm not quite sure what it is.
It might be on fire.
Probably, for various reasons. Excuse me. One reason might be that Alfred Molina broke his NDA.
That article released, and Aviarad's head just exploded as the building caught on fire around him.
It's time to talk about that, yeah. Back in like late November, it was like rumor that Alfred Molina is returning as Doc Ock in No Way Home, and a lot of people were like, "Nah, it's not happening." That like no. And then
I think I might have been one of those people.
Yeah, and then Variety and Deadline and all those sites reported, "Hey, Alfred Molina is returning in No Way Home,"
and I was like "I'm waiting for the trailer." I don't believe it yet.
And like a lot of people are like, "So he has to be from another universe, or he's like the MCU's version of Doc Ock, but he's playing like a new version of Doc Ock."
Yeah.
Basically, there are a lot of different theories as to what was going on.
And then...
So, in a specific interview with Variety, he went to Variety and he's like, "Hey, let me talk about No Way Home." And of course, they were like, "Okay, this is the scoop of the year." So,
right. It's like, okay, let's get the microphone. Let's go.
So he literally says, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the worst kept secret in Hollywood. I talked about that on the set all the time, so I'm just gonna fucking say what I'm doing."
It's like, fuck the NDA. Everyone knows.
So he says that not only is he playing Raimi Doc Ock, the same Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, but it is picking up where it left off at the end.
As he's falling into the Hudson, into a sun.
Not breathing and with his eyes open. And he said, he literally said it picks up from where his story left off, and it's like, how did it leave off? It ended.
How did it leave off? You were dead.
And so, and according to him, John Watts said, in this universe, no one really dies. And there's some more stuff in there, like about how there's probably de-age effects being used on him, which valid because it has been almost 20 years.
Yeah. The man has aged.
Mm-hmm. And how, like, he talks about how, like, it's mostly just the arms doing everything on set and stuff, which, of course, that's how it worked in Spider-Man 2, so, of course, that's how it would work here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. What do you think about that?
Okay, so I can tell you exactly what's going to happen is a month before the movie comes out, Sony and Marvel will release a new version of Spider-Man 2 called the Feige Cut, where at the end, as Doc Ock is sinking into the river, suddenly behind him a portal just opens and he blinks out of existence. And then everything else in the movie is exactly the same except for that one scene. And then during the credits, it goes, to find out what happened to Doc Ock, watch Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 20th.
And then, listen, they're going to do the same thing with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. They're going to have when they have Electro blink out, they're going to add an effect that looks like the Doctor Strange sling ring portal. And then it's going to be like, to find out what happened to Electro, watch Spider-Man No Way Home. And they'll do the same for the end of Spider-Man 1 and for Spider-Man 3 and for all the villains that are returning.
There's just that one extra scene where suddenly they just get blinked out of existence and then back in.
Right before Green Goblin gets struck in the nuts, he's gonna blink out, and then he's gonna reappear.
This is badly like what we see is it's just like a JPEG of like the sequence, and then we just see the Photoshop of like the mouse going around him and cutting him out, and then and then filling in the wall behind him.
What I wish is I hope there's no fancy effect. I literally hope it's just like it's like a jump cut where he just disappears.
Yeah, where it's just gone.
God.
And then right back in so he can get stabbed.
Yeah. That's what I think. Okay. Before I get into that about like theories and stuff, what are your initial thoughts on like
I am very mixed.
Yeah.
Because this can go either really well or really, really bad.
Yes. And like I totally get why a lot of people are automatically like being like this is going to suck. But like I do feel like a lot of people are very like just kind of like I'm just kind of like I want to wait to see.
You keep going.
Oh, okay. I was concerned. Like I was very much like.
Sorry, just water went down the wrong pipe.
Oh no, you're good. But like I feel like a lot of people were just being like way too harsh about it. Because I feel like a lot of people just do with Spider-Man in general. Or anything that comes out about it, they're automatically saying it's gonna suck. Like it's the same thing. Not the exact same thing, but with Far From Home, as soon as people found out that it wasn't going to be in New York, people were automatically being like, this is going to suck, this is going to be the worst Spider-Man movie ever. And then, you know, some of them might have been proven right, because some of them probably still believe that, but it's... And again, like, I'm not ragging on anybody's opinions, but I just kind of, like, got very tired of the discourse very quickly. Because I feel like... I talked about this with you before, and I want to elaborate on it more in this. There are many ways this can go right. And, like, of course, there are many ways this can go wrong. They can easily just revert him to being a villain again, and it being a mess and it not making any sense. But I think there's many ways it can go right. Like, as long as they give him an incentive to do villainous stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I could see him... being like Sandman in the Spider-Man 3 video game, where he doesn't really want to do it, but
like maybe it's like, do this thing for us and we can send you home,
or we can give you your wife back.
That too. Multiverse is a big place. We're gonna fucking kingpin you, my friend.
So like, there are many ways this can go right, and I feel confident enough that, like, they're not just going to erase that development at the end of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The furthest I could see them doing is that Otto himself is actually dead, and it's the arms that are controlling everything. Yeah. Or maybe they've just taken over him completely.
Yeah.
Because that last bit of him died.
Yeah, because I feel like it would be way too morbid for a Spider-Man movie to have a fucking decomposing corpse walking around.
We were saying... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
With these fucking monstrous robotic arms puppeteering him. Like,
we were saying, like, back in, like, the December episode, like, how... Or the January episode, whichever one it was. How, like, if he's in it, it's just going to be like a cameo where he just falls out of a portal with a bunch of water spewing out, and it's just he's dead. It's like Zod in Batman v Superman.
Like, God, if they do retcon it that the big sun machine was actually a portal to the MCU, I'm going to laugh for, like, half of the movie. Because, like, they could totally do it.
They could. They absolutely could.
And, like, it is bullshit comic book science, so it doesn't have to make sense, and I totally get that. But also, what the fuck?
Like, it's like the portal into the Spider-Verse was a hydrogen collider of some kind. I feel like the sun was the same technology in the way. Because isn't the sun hydrogen shit? Well, no, it's tritium. The precious tritium.
Yeah, this magic element that makes a sun out of nothing.
Yeah. But
just stick it in between 4 pillars and suddenly you have a sun.
Yeah. That wouldn't be, like, entirely movie-breaking for me, but I think that would be very funny, too, if it just created a fucking portal. So, yeah, like, there's that, and, like, him possibly just being completely taken over by the arms, or he's not really wanting to be a villain, but he's given an incentive to, so he has to do this, but he's, like, very regretful of it. Yeah. As long as they keep that character development intact, I don't think it'll ruin Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Also, technically, his last words were, I will not die a monster. So, maybe, he doesn't... That's stretching it too much. Yeah. No, I can't even do that, no. I couldn't even try. I couldn't make it through that.
No.
Because obviously this is not planned since 2002, obviously. But I'm just saying there are ways this can work.
What you don't know is way back in the day when Feige was sneaking the X-Men actors those comic books, at the back of those books was his detailed plans of how all of this was going to work out.
He saw it because, like in Batman v Superman, he saw his Flashpoint self come in and be like, "It's Marvel's, it's Avi Arad. He's the key." Is it time to talk about that too?
Yeah, honestly, because I feel like there's not a whole lot we can add to the Doc Ock thing, other than
it's just very baffling that he openly admitted all that shit.
Oh yeah, like it's because he's like, I'm Alfred Molina, I don't give a fuck, and everyone knows already. So,
and you know what? Good for him.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, good. Because fuck it, we don't know anything about this movie, and we are what, fucking 8 months away from it coming out.
Yeah, I feel like there will be a trailer in May or June.
Yeah.
I hope they released a Venom trailer first, but we shall see.
We say as this is the rumored day it's supposed to come out as of recording.
It's probably not. Well, maybe it will soon. Who knows? It's been rated in some countries and dubbed in some countries reportedly, but Sony's holding off on it because they're being little bitch babies.
It's true.
But, yeah, but before we get to the AV ad stuff, do you think there's any possibility that he could be bullshitting?
Oh, without question. He could be lying out his ass the whole time.
Because my thing is, with how much they lied in the promos for Far From Home about Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, even though it was obvious that they were still lying and holding to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they even went as far as saying, like, oh, this is a movie, we know he's a villain in the comics, but he's totally a hero in this movie, and we're going to start, like, a whole journey with him towards being maybe potentially a not-so-heroic guy. And then he just turned out to be a villain.
Yeah, like, even during, like, the lead-up to movie, when, like, Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jake Gyllenhaal all went to, like, I don't know if it was a convention, but it was something where basically they're meeting up with a whole bunch of kids in, like, a theater or whatever, and Tom was explaining Jake's character Mysterio as a hero from another Earth, and, like, didn't hint anywhere towards, like, him being a villain in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I will say, I fucking love that they leaned so hard into that with Mysterio of being, no, he's a good guy.
Because, like, that's cool for the kids who, like, don't know about Mysterio.
Exactly.
Or for the people who don't know about Mysterio in general, too. Because then that makes the twist cooler for them.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, as a comic fan, I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing, and I like it. And then as a non-comic fan, you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think because of that, there's very clear ways that this could be bullshitting.
Yes.
Because, like, either bullshitting or just intentionally leaving out very important details that make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like, because also, like, I made a Twitter thread about this, and this is kind of leaning into the other thing that we're going to talk about AV Arad. But if there's anything The Last of Us Part 2 taught me, is to never fucking believe leaks of any kind.
Yeah.
Like, don't believe, like, not out front, but, like, so Last of Us Part 2, last year, screenshots and videos of gameplay leaked, and that showed Joel's death in the game, and a lot of other stuff, and they had enough with that to get people having a knee-jerk reaction, but people took it a step further by putting some fake leaks that were specifically designed to make certain types of people angrier. They straight up lied about stuff regarding Abby. They lied about the ending. They lied about there being more immune people, which, spoiler alert, there aren't in the game. So, like, people believed all those leaks because they had that stuff that they could see tangibly that was put alongside the fake stuff. And because of that, I'm like, I am never believing any leaks, because even if there's some truth to them, there can always be bullshit that someone's putting in there to make people either angry or whatever. Like, for example, WandaVision, episode 7 got fully leaked. Save for a couple details that were fake. And when I watched episode 7, I was like, oh shit, I know where this is going, because then the later leaks said that Quicksilver was actually the one from X-Men, and that they were going to have another Sweet Dreams scene, and stuff like that.
You fool.
Yeah. And so, it's like, even if some leaks get some stuff true, there can be a lot of mistruth to them. So, like, with certain leaks regarding No Way Home, because there are a lot of different plot outlines and leaks and shit, I'm not believing anything, because, like, I'm not holding, like, if you see, like, 4chan or Reddit, No Way Home leak, don't hold your breath, because it's more than likely just fake stuff. The only time I know that, like, a big movie that got leaked entirely was Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, I was gonna bring up Rise of Skywalker, because that I remember the first thing I read was Rey's Palpatine's granddaughter, and just laughed it off and stopped reading after that. And then I
see it in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, but when's the other twist that this is actually all bullshit? And then the movie ended, I'm like, oh no.
The movie ending was a twist.
No, the real twist was that you gotta play fucking Fortnite to know what's happening.
Oh God. But
and like I enjoyed that movie when I watched it, so like don't. But I'm still gonna make fun of it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I gotta fix that.
I should probably tell Salem not to listen to this because they still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
And they don't know about what happens in it, so.
Yeah, true.
I know this is a bit late, Salem, but don't listen to that. Anyway, no, I'll tell them. It's fine.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, Rise of Skywalker is like the only big movie or big thing I know that got fully leaked and everything was right about it. Endgame got leaked partially.
Yeah.
But
I think for like everything the leak got right, it got like 2 things wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just saying, Rise of Skywalker, that's like a 1 in a million thing that happens like once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, don't hold your breath. And that happened like a month or 2 before the movie came out.
Yeah.
So,
meanwhile,
like,
this is over half a year.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, don't hold your breath about leaks of any kind, especially these ones that we're going to talk about in a bit. Because while there could be a lot of truth to them, I'm not sure. So, what we're about to talk about with AV Arad, it is not confirmed by anything. These were fucking Twitter DMs that were posted on the timeline. But people are saying this is from a source from the GWW, which is like a movie news source. But again, grain of salt, we're just talking about this even though it's not like concrete stuff because it's interesting. And it has a lot of interesting implications. So again, grain of fucking salt because believe it or not, Twitter lies sometimes.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Who would think a site that has ads for PragerU lies?
Damn.
But, yeah. So what we're talking about is that there were some leaks, quote-unquote, that were released from Twitter DM screenshots, basically outlining that a lot of stuff about MCU Spider-Man that a lot of people don't necessarily like was AV Arad's doing. Basically, they said that he pushed forward Stark as the the big background figure in the movies. That he like specifically took out Ben references and like that like in Far From Home in the illusion scene we were supposed to see Richard Parker's grave, Mary Parker's grave, and Ben Parker's grave, and then Tony Stark was supposed to pop out of Ben's grave to show that Peter's trying to replace Ben. And the most like crucial thing that kind of backs this up but also could just like be coincidental is that they said that originally the ferry scene in Homecoming was supposed to be Tony and the Avengers trying to do something, and then they failed and the ferry exploded, and then Spider-Man comes in to save the day to show that like maybe the Avengers aren't that great, maybe Tony being regulated by the government doesn't really fix everything, and that and the thing that backs this up is that there's a piece of concept art from Homecoming that shows Tony, Rhodey, Vision all trying to fix a ferry while Peter is saving people who are drowning. And this concept art has been out there for a bit.
The concept art is not really new.
So it could very well just be they found this, so they said, oh, AV Arad did this. And also the leaks say that he was taken out of power when the New Deal was reached in 2019. So, therefore, he would not have any power in the production of No Way Home. So, there's a lot to unpack here. A lot of implications.
A lot.
And again, none of these are confirmed. This is all just rumors that could very well be bullshit. But then again, we talk about a lot of bullshit sometimes, so it's it's interesting and fun to talk about. So what do you think about all this? What do you make of all this?
Okay. I don't believe the part of Avi Arad is no longer like in power, because that definitely would have been announced back when the New Deal was made. Mm-hmm. Like there's no way they decided to keep that a secret for no reason. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be considering the past. I would not be surprised if he is at the very least partially responsible for a lot of the things people don't like about the new movies. Because, I don't neither of us have made it a secret that we are not big fans of Avi Arad as a, like, creator or anything, considering he meddles with things where he really doesn't need to at all, and just all the other Sony producers straight up fucking destroyed Amazing Spider-Man, like, as a thing. Especially in the sequel, where they just butchered everything.
Yeah.
So,
to the point where it felt like it was a different universe.
It pretty much was. Like, basically... So, I would not be surprised if some of these were true. Like, I could especially see I could definitely see the Far From Home one of we were supposed to see like other graves, but they were all cut and said just replace with Tony. But yeah, it's a good chunk of these are probably his fault, and others are just things that like Watts wanted to do instead, or Feige, or Pascal, or any number of people who work on these movies.
Because then again, like, Watts did say the reason they didn't do the Ben reference in, the Ben by name reference in Homecoming was because they wanted it to mean something. Yeah. But I do feel like Sony definitely had a bigger hand in Far From Home.
Yeah, you can really feel it.
And here's the thing, there was another rumor that is essentially all but totally confirmed. Or maybe not even all but confirmed, but like that talks about how Marvel didn't even want Iron Man in the Spider-Man movies. They just were like, oh, Spider-Man, okay. But Sony wanted Iron Man because they knew that Spider-Man as a film franchise was badly in the gutter. And they were scared that after Amazing Spider-Man 2 and probably Spider-Man 3, like the fact that they fucked up the films twice in a row, they were scared that no one was going to go see Homecoming for just Spider-Man. So they're like, we need Iron Man to sell it because he's like the biggest thing ever right now. Yeah, it's like that. I definitely believe that.
I can definitely see that one, which is really weird to say in I believe in the fact that we live in a world where Iron Man is being used to sell Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's like Sony at least knows what can get a box office profit ? Kind of, because they were kind of right about Venom in Spider-Man 3, because that Spider-Man 3 did make a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
If it came out today, it would have made $1 billion.
Yeah, like, say what you will about the film, like, quality-wise, that shit made money.
Yeah, it was the highest-grossing movie of 2007.
Yeah, And you can bet it is solely because Venom is in it. And
yeah,
everybody loves Venom.
Yeah. But it still would have done extremely well if it was still Raimi's vision and what he wanted to do.
Yeah, because the first two movies are awesome.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loved the first two, so why wouldn't they go see the third?
Yeah. Like, I don't... The thing is, like, with Watts, and a lot of people calling him a hack for all the stuff and rumors about No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
The dude is a fan of Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is, like, his favorite movie. So, I'm willing to just wait and see what happens. And like, a lot of people are suspecting, are like already saying, oh, the movie's gonna suck, but it's not his fault, it's Marvel and Sony doing stuff. And I'm like, we don't even know, guys. Like, we don't know the whole story. Even if a movie reeks of studio fingerprints, like, we gotta at least wait to see the movie. Or at least a trailer or something like that. Because all we have are 3 photos of Peter, MJ, and Ned just wandering around some basement. That's all we have right now.
Pretty much.
We have that and a title. That's all we have. Like, so it's... I'm just like, let's pop a squat and wait this one out and see what happens, because we genuinely don't know. And the Avi Arad stuff, I could actually see that the new deal put him out of power, because as of now he is not listed as a producer on the movie or an executive producer. So, and I mean, of course, like, maybe he is, and they haven't just listed that yet. Actually, let me check right now.
I was actually headed to IMDb right now to make sure.
Yeah. Like, last I saw, he wasn't, but watch, they just added him right now. Yeah, so right now the only 2 producers are Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal. So,
okay.
And I mean, his role for Homecoming and Far From Home was executive producer rather than full-on producer. But executive producers do have a lot of power.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, like, I feel like there could be a lot of truth to this. There could definitely be a lot of truth to this. And if it is true, if, like, every single bit of this is true, let's say hypothetically, I tried not to say that in the evil chipmunk voice. Y'all know who I'm talking about, but let's say hypothetically that this stuff is true. It has some interesting implications for No Way Home and what they do, because regardless of what we want No Way Home to be, it's definitely going to be more of a Spider-Man movie. Like, we're done with the Iron Man shit, at least for the most part.
Yeah, like, I'm sure there'll be mentions of him, but I don't think he'll be as big of an influence on the story anymore.
Jon Favreau is back as Happy, which, I mean, was a given, but it's nice to know that it's confirmed, because I actually like Happy in the movies. He's like one of my favorite parts of the movies. Like, especially in Far From Home. I think he's really good in Far From Home.
Yeah. He's like, just fun.
That scene on the plane is great. Like, that... I don't know, that whole plane scene, I know, like, even with the... I know, like, you have said that you don't really like how they have a thing about how, like, he's never going to be Iron Man, but then they do
he immediately mimics Iron Man with the $30 kajillion sewing machine in the back.
Yeah, and with Back in Black playing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't like that, but I really like that moment because it made me feel something. Like, it made me feel a connection between him and Peter that I really like.
Yeah.
And he's definitely biting the dust in No Way Home. Like...
Yeah, probably.
Like, there's no way he's not, right? No way. There's no way he's not.
Anytime Peter gets, like, a male familial figure in his life, they have to die.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think they're going to kill May.
No. They better not. They haven't done anything with her yet.
Exactly. They did one scene with her that was big.
Yeah, which, it was great. Do more of that.
I really hope they do. Because I feel like they have to.
They need to, because, Like Homecoming May, great. That. I love that. Far From Home May is not a character.
Yeah,
like she is barely qualified of being in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think now a lot of people are concerned that they're going to breeze past the identity crisis stuff in favor of multiverse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that's the case, because a lot of set stuff has shown that there is, like, people who believe Mysterio, like flyers and stuff, and then people who are going to defend Spidey. Like, even in those set photos of the winter setting, which one could assume would be the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's going to be, like, done away with in the first 10 minutes, like a lot of people are thinking it will, like how his identity being revealed to May was.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with May, they could kind of sweep that and be like, okay, well, she's good with that now.
Yeah,
but the identity reveal, there's a lot of implications to that.
Yeah, there's like a lot of things you can do with that. And, like, it could very well last, like, the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. So,
if not, maybe even past it somehow.
Yeah, I think... I said this after... like, on our... I've said this several times on the podcast, but it's a great origin story for how New York comes to hate Spider-Man. Or how, like, half the people start to hate him.
Yeah.
Because, like, as of now, heroes have been seen as good in the eyes of people in the MCU. But now this is, like, the start of distrust towards them.
Yeah, you know, Spider-Man just launched a terrorist attack on England, and Captain America just cut a man's head off.
Yeah.
Like and Scarlet Witch took over New Jersey.
Can we talk about how fucking metal, like, not metal, but how fucking, like, I genuinely cannot believe that they did that.
Oh, like, yeah, no, it's fucked up.
I could see him, like, I thought it was just going to be as far as, like, he brutally beats him, and that's it.
But no, he fucking cut his head off with the shield.
He kills him, and there's blood everywhere and on the shield.
Yeah. And
like,
when that happened, I thought in, like, the next episode, like, the government was just gonna, like, sweep that under the rug and hail him as a hero for killing a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
But I do kind of like the route they're taking of they condemn him because he did that shit in public where everyone could see.
And also, like, he still gets off the hook very, like, he doesn't go to jail, he just gets stripped of his role.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And like, you got fucking, you know, Madam Hydra, Contessa, whatever, saying all the right things to him of, like, you know, you did everything right. No one's actually mad at you. They're just mad you did it in front of everybody. You know? They got to keep a certain image up. So. I'm
also glad they're bringing back that asshole guy from the first episode who gaslighted Sam into giving the shield back and then immediately gave it to a white guy.
Yup. So
I really hope they lean more into that. Because, I mean, they did lean heavily into it in this past episode.
Yeah.
Thank God they did, because it was very good.
Yes. And we should note we are recording this on Thursday at 9:30 at night right now. So it's a couple hours before the episode releases.
Oh, I'm so excited for it.
Same. I need to see that fucking suit.
It's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good.
It better. I need the bright blue.
Like, the bright blue, the bright white on it. Like, it just... I want it to look like a comic book.
Yeah, get that dull gray armor shit out of here, Sam. Mm-hmm. You don't need it anymore. It looked terrible.
I like the material of his suit in like Age of Ultron, Ant-Man through Endgame. I like the material of it, but the design is boring.
So boring. Yeah, it's just generic, like, army armor with a little star at the center that you can barely see.
Yeah, his suit in this show is so much better. Because it actually looks amazing. Like a superhero suit.
Yeah. And I really hope they carry that forward with his Cap suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, Zemo better come back and wear the mask again. Just saying.
He just wore it in one scene. I can't fucking...
He better come back in, like, a post-credits scene. Where
He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back for sure.
Yeah. Like, they're gonna make, like, a Thunderbolt show or movie or something.
Mm-hmm. With John Walker, with Zemo, with, probably Yelena Belova, maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't be shocked if Abomination was on it.
Probably. And Red Hulk, too, obviously.
Yeah, well, one of those two, because having both is kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Because they're both big, strong Hulk enemies. So,
mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for Abomination because I just like the design.
You know, it'd be really cool.
What?
Vulture on the Thunderbolts.
Oh, I need it. That would be fun.
I think that would be really cool.
I want that. I want that now.
I also really hope he's in No Way Home because I want to see further payoff to him and Peter and not just him and Morbius.
We see him in No Way Home, and it's just the same scene from Morbius from another angle.
He says it to Doc Ock instead.
They just flip the image, so they just mirror the footage, so it looks a little different, but not really.
That would be great. I'd love that. But I really hope he's in the movie. Do you think that now with the Doc Ock stuff, do you think there's a lot of truth to all those rumors of the other villains returning? Like Sandman and Green Goblin and shit?
There's definitely it's definitely much more possible now, I think. Like,
I don't even care if Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin comes back, I will hail it as the greatest movie ever made.
I mean, honestly, yeah, same.
Because, God, that was a lightning in the bottle casting.
It was. Like, that movie had fucking Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin, and J.K. Simmons, Jonah at the same time. Like, that's 2 lightning strikes at once.
Craig. We still have Audacity, right? Let me check.
I do.
Me too. Okay,
cool. Good.
So, yeah, like you said, it's like 2 lightning strikes at once. So it's like, how, like, I mean, there are a lot of actors who could do Norman Osborn and do it well. Of course, Anthony Starr, Giancarlo Esposito, a lot of them could do it really well. But like, I can't deny I would like to see Willem Dafoe's Goblin again. And you know what? I'm kind of interested to see what happens with Ock. It's like, okay, you bring him back, it better be for a good fucking reason. Let's see what it is.
Exactly.
I want to see what the reason is for him being back.
Yeah.
Like, here's my theory. This is my big theory for No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mysterio is still the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's opening up the multiverse to prove that he is actually from the multiverse. So he gets all these different villains from the multiverse. And, like, basically it's like Shattered Dimensions.
That would be fun.
And so that way it still ties into the Identity Crisis stuff and works. And it probably won't be that, but, like, if it's something like that, I think it could work very well. Because we don't know who the main villain is going to be. Like, there's no way it's Ock. There's no way it's Electro. Like...
And I don't think Kraven has multiverse portals in his backyard.
Although it would be cool if this version of Kraven the Hunter was a multiverse Spider Hunter.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome. Like, do that. But I don't think they're gonna, but I want it.
But no, we gotta save him for his solo movie, which is a ripoff of The Last of Us, so...
Yeah, he finds little girl and takes care and learns to feel again. And
I love The Last of Us. It's my favorite game of all time, but I hate what it has done to a lot of media.
And then he dies by getting like impaled on a tree by his evil twin, as he holds his new daughter's hand in his hand, and then goes, "I hate Spider-Man," and then dies.
And then there was a cross on his grave, and then his daughter adjusts it so it makes a K.
Yes. I am now on board for this movie if it is just a ripoff of every single one of these kinds of stories ever.
It's just The Last of Us mixed with Logan, which Logan was already Old Man Logan mixed with mostly Last of Us, so...
Yeah. Okay. Who would Kraven's evil twin be? Puma.
Chameleon.
Or Chameleon, yeah, I guess. But, like, in terms of, like, I have the exact same power set as you and can do everything you can.
So, Puma, yeah.
How the fuck has there not been a story where Puma and Kraven have fought?
I have no clue.
That like, just, it's so obvious.
Nick Spencer will make it happen and it'll be bad.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, yeah.
Kraven's third hunt.
He's only had 3. It's only his hobby that he does in his pastime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that theory could work, and I think it could work very well.
Yeah.
I do wonder, because it's like, it would be really weird if it was like the main villain was either Electro or Doc Ock.
Yeah,
like,
because like we kind of already did that,
and
like, yeah, what are they gonna do that they didn't? Already do.
It could also be like alongside the Mysterio thing. It's like maybe someone said like it could be a lot like John Wick 3. Where it's like everybody's after Peter. So I could see Mysterio somehow opening up the multiverse and being like, go kill the Spider-Man and you get your way back home.
Yeah.
That would be a good incentive for Doc Ock.
Shit, yeah. It's like, go kill Spider-Man like you were trying to 10 minutes ago.
Before you turn good.
Yeah, and not suddenly aged 20 years. Time just moves faster in this dimension, don't worry.
It's totally fine.
There was a thing in Invincible. Don't worry, they worked out for them. they didn't get slaughtered.
I need to watch Invincible. I haven't yet.
It's very good. The next episode comes out at midnight.
Oh boy, is this the season finale?
They got one more episode.
Okay, when it ends, I will binge it.
Okay.
Because I have 1 week of school left.
Okay. And then after you binge it, go read the comic. Because the comic is very good.
I will. I've heard of one thing in it that is not so great.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what it is, but
okay.
It was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think like that would give really good incentive to Doc Ock to come back and be bad again, because he has to get home or he has to see his wife again.
Yeah, and then Electro just shows up as he's like reverse exploding, but with a yellow filter. And then it's like, what happened?
Mysterio convinces Electro because he'll send him to a universe where he and Spider-Man are married.
I was going to say he convinces him by just saying he needs him over and over. And then tases him to give him the spark he needs.
Damn. Oh, God. But
at the very least, I need that Electro theme again. They
better. I feel like they will bring back those themes if they're bringing back these specific characters.
Yeah, you have to.
Like if they're bringing back Doc Ock, they will bring it back.
Yeah. Oh God, if I hear the fucking Green Goblin theme, I may explode in the theater.
I will explode in the fucking. I will spontaneously combust.
I will not exist anymore.
There was one rumor that Green Goblin is the main villain of the movie, like Raimi Green Goblin.
Yeah, which I'm okay with because it's Green Goblin.
Yeah. And
like why not?
I think just Green Goblin being the main villain would be cool.
Yeah.
No matter which version it is.
Yeah.
Well, except Chris Cooper Green Goblin. We don't talk about him.
I forgot about him.
So, with all this, do you think Andrew and Toby are in the movie?
Yeah. At this point, yes. Like, you can't have their villains show up and not bring them in.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is... So, for the majority of the movie, it's just going to be Tom. Yeah. But then, in the third act, Toby and Andrew come in. Or at the very least, they're going to be in a post-credit scene and set up a bigger Spider-Verse movie.
Yes. I feel like we're getting one of those two.
Yeah. But I will say, though, if I hear their themes in the theater, my heart will jump out of my chest and explode into confetti. That's what will happen. If I hear the Danny Elfman Spider-Man theme again, it's over for me.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. No, it's over.
That's the funny thing is that everybody says, how much I don't want this to be a multiverse movie, but we all know as soon as we're in the theater and we hear dun 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 dun,
those fucking jungle drums.
It's here as soon as we heard dun 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 dun. It's over for us. We're all going to be screaming and shouting and hooting and hollering.
I will throw my wallet at the screen.
Make 10 more. But yeah, I think they're definitely in the movie now. Which, here's the thing. I think there's a way all of this can work, and I'm just going to wait to see what that is. Because here's the thing. If they're in the movie, they're definitely going to show it in the advertising. If they're not in the movie, I don't think the advertising will show.
Yeah, because
I do think
Sony can't hide shit to save their life.
Yeah. I do think Matt Murdock is going to be in the movie. I think Charlie Cox is back. I definitely do.
That is the one thing I still don't believe.
You won't believe it until you see... Listen.
I refuse until I see him.
I'm telling you, the ending of the first trailer is going to end with Peter in a police detainment center, and him being I need a, you need a lawyer, and he's I don't have one, and then we see the cane and him from behind, and then he walks in and he's Peter Parker, stop talking. My name is Matthew Murdock. I'm your attorney, and he's gonna have red hair. I genuinely think they're gonna give Charlie Cox red hair.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give him a wig because he has a very high hairline. That's so mean of me to say. Look, I'm insecure about my hairline, so that's why I attack Charlie Cox. But it's not that bad. I just have a big widow's peak. So
yeah.
But I definitely think that they're gonna give him red hair. I'll be surprised if they don't. But I genuinely think that one of the trailers is going to end that way. It's going to end with Peter in handcuffs and being I need a lawyer, and then Charlie Cox walks in as our beloved character Hugh Jass. My favorite tweet is of it was after the WandaVision finale came out, and everyone was making Ralph Boner jokes, and my favorite one was of Andrew Garfield, and and it said, Tom Holland, it's me, humongous. I fucking love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I do think Toby and Andrew are back, and I think Charlie is back, and honestly, the quicker we accept this stuff, I think the more we'll like the movie.
That is the thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I am still, like, skeptical about everything, but I'm definitely willing to accept most of it. The only thing I still don't believe just yet is Charlie Cox, but that's more because I refuse to give myself the hope.
The only reason I believe it is because Charles Murphy reported on it, and he is rarely wrong. He is rarely wrong. He's the one scooper who, like, has a good track record.
Yeah,
because
I think the only thing I know of his that he got wrong was Doctor Strange showing up in WandaVision.
And that's literally just because they cut him out.
Yeah.
And they admitted to cutting him out. So.
They also cut out the aerospace engineer because everyone guessed it.
That's what you do. You tease a character, and then when people guess the character right, you cut that character out and make people feel like fucking idiots.
Yeah. You just don't show it.
Pain. Anyway. But, like, it's not only he reported it, but Brandon Davis from comicbook.com reported it. And, like, said that he wrapped filming in January. So, I feel like I feel like it has a better chance than Toby and Andrew, because Toby and Andrew have only been rumored, but also discussing films said Charlie, but yeah, so I definitely think Charlie is back. I think Toby and Andrew are back. Willem Dafoe, there's a chance. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is definitely back.
Yeah, probably.
I hope Adrian Toomes is back. I forgot the actor's name for a sec. Michael Keaton.
There you go. He was Batman, for God's sake.
He's in London right now filming The Flesh.
That's right. I keep forgetting that exists.
Pain. We do have one last thing to talk about, which is kind of a big thing with a lot of implications. Do you want to introduce this one?
Yeah, sure. So, let me pull it up again. Right. So, recently it was revealed that Sony and Disney just made the biggest deal they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically, after like their time on like Netflix and Hulu and whatnot has run out, pretty much every Sony like Marvel property will be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So like all the movies, probably all the shows.
Mm-hmm.
So like, one in particular that they did a couple years ago that would be really cool that the podcast is named after.
So, like you said, there are a lot of implications for this.
Yes.
One obvious one is that this implies that the deal is here to stay. That they are going to make many more MCU Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Which I think we kind of knew, but like this kind of further solidifies that. It's all but confirmed he's getting a new trilogy.
Yeah, we're like probably January, I'm sure will be announced like he's getting a whole new trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Like I think like whenever they announce Phase 5, that's when they will announce Spider-Man 4, Saved by the Bell, the college years. It's gonna happen.
It is.
Hunter Schafer for Black Cat. I don't know why that thought just came out. That people put down on Twitter, and I'm like, you know what? Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Euphoria yet.
Same. I need to do that. I have HBO Max. It's right there.
I've heard a lot of people say it's very good. My sister loves it.
Yeah.
But
instead, I've just been watching fucking Craig of the Creek from Cartoon Network.
Valid.
Because that show is basically everything I always wanted to do as a kid. It's like Kids Next Door and Ed, Edd and Eddy rolled into one.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. So, every Spider-Man movie will be on Disney Plus sometime in the near future, and I believe it was also, they didn't actually say it, but they said like all like Sony Marvel properties, so not just movies.
Yes.
Yes, so basically it's heavily implied, but basically confirmed that fucking Spectacular Spider-Man will end up on Disney Plus at some point.
Yeah. Which leads us to think, is it possible that there will be a revival?
This is the closest that it's ever come.
Because if this does include the TV properties, this means that we can get what we've always wanted, which is Spider-Man: The New Animated Series Season 2.
Someone's actually making that.
That is true, and it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, let me look up the Twitter account.
Daredevil's in it, too.
Yeah.
And specifically 2003 Daredevil, because they had Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. And, it's at TNAS Continued on Twitter.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it's straight up, especially for a fan production, that's impressive.
Yeah, that looks good. And I wish Neil Patrick Harris could come back so we can hear him say "holy crap" all the time. But that was essentially his Peter's catchphrase.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it'd be nice if they have actual Spider-Man villains in their season 2 of it.
That would be fun.
Because the season finale had totally not Maximoff twins in it.
Oh my god, that's right, I remember them.
They were totally, I feel like in production they wanted them to be the Maximoff twins, but because it was Sony, they wouldn't let them.
Yeah, because, let me look.
Because they did mind control shit, which is what Wanda's whole deal is.
Yeah, that... God, I totally forgot about them for so long. God, and they also had fucking Rob Zombie as the Lizard.
Yeah.
Which, that was fucking weird.
That episode was freaky.
It was. That shit terrified me.
Yeah.
There's that part where, they're on the roof and he punches into a fucking air conditioner and cuts his arm off again. And then he gets dropped from the helicopter and dies. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's okay because Michael Dorn played Kraven the Hunter.
That is true.
It was Worf. He's a cool guy.
Worf was very epic in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Worf was a very epic Fortnite gamer.
Yeah. He was so cool that time that an empty barrel fell on him and then they said your spine has been shattered to dust. You'll never move again.
Remember the episode of Voyager when Tom Paris turned into a salamander and turned Janeway into a salamander and they had children as salamanders?
Oh.
It was so bad that they confirmed the episode as non-canon.
Good.
But yeah.
Remember that other episode of the Clone Crew who all just die horribly?
Oh god.
That was depressing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so Spectacular has a big chance of being revived now.
Yeah, it's definitely the closest it's ever come.
Because I definitely think they're going to continue the deal past 2026, because this deal lasts until 2026.
Yes.
My question is, how is this working with Sony's recent deal with Netflix? Because, like, I feel like they signed a Netflix deal because they couldn't get the Disney deal. And then as soon as the Disney deal came, they immediately signed it, not knowing the implications.
I'm gonna assume the Netflix deal will just be every other Sony movie will go there except for Spider-Man stuff. Because, like, obviously we're not going to see, like, random Sony movie number 70 that has nothing to do with Marvel or anything over on Disney+.
They did say that some Sony movies will end up on Disney Plus and Hulu that are outside of Marvel.
Oh, well, fuck me, then I have no idea.
Like, they said Jumanji and another one. So
they might have just told Netflix to fuck off then.
That would be so fucking funny, but also that's so Sony. Like, just genuinely.
It really is. Like, poor Netflix, because, like, they used to be, like, top of the world, and now no one cares.
Well, I'm not going to say poor Netflix, because they shot themselves in the foot, like,
well,
11 times.
Yeah, they... To be fair, Netflix does suck, but it is just, like... It is just funny and kind of sad to see that they used to be at, like, top of the fucking world, and then everyone else just kicked them down.
I think,
as they were falling.
Yeah. I think it's like the shift really started when they started focusing more on movies instead of shows.
Yes.
Because they did not put any fucking budget into their shows. Especially the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like Daredevil was their most popular show ever.
Yep.
And then they canceled it, even though Disney did not instruct them to. Disney really was like, oh, we thought you were going to keep making Daredevil.
Yeah, we thought you guys were going to keep going.
But they canceled it because they were like, we don't want to host Marvel stuff when they're siding with the enemy or some fucking shit like that.
Yeah, because I guess... Yeah, from what I remember, it was back when, like, Marvel... Or, not Marvel, but Disney said we're going to make Disney Plus, and then immediately after, Netflix went, oh yeah, well, we're canceling everything.
Like,
Take that. It's like, okay,
cool.
then we're just not going to watch your stuff anymore. It's like, oh, wait.
Like, it's so weird, because it is confirmed that Netflix did that. Like, Disney didn't force them to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know a lot of people suspected that, like, off the bat, and for good reason, that Disney made them cancel the Netflix shows. But, like, they themselves canceled them as if it was going to help them against Disney, and all you did was just give those characters back to Disney.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't thinking the long term. You were just thinking, oh yeah, well, we're not going to host your stuff anymore. It's like, okay, we will in a couple of years when we get our shit up and running. It's like, oh no.
We'll wait till you have to compete with 13 Reasons Why.
Season 3, oh no.
We're making Bryce the hero.
Stranger Things. People still like that one.
Even though season 3 was mixed, according to I haven't seen Stranger Things. I'm just
we got Transformers.
We got the Godzilla anime trilogy.
We got Dark Knight and Arrow. That's two Batman things.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
But yeah, like fucking just like I don't know. Netflix is stupid and they shot themselves in the foot so much.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, we got Big Time Rush. All 4 seasons.
Hey, wait. They make a good point.
You know what? They win with that one. They also got iCarly, apparently.
Yes. That good. Like, Marvel may have Robert Downey Jr. and Spider-Man, but they do not have Gustavo Rock from Big Time Rush.
It's true. And they never will.
They never will. That's the one thing Netflix can have over them. They just see Gustavo Rock and be like, fuck Disney. We have Steven Glickman.
We also got Naruto and The Walking Dead. People still care about that, right?
Like 10 years ago they did.
God, it's on season 9. What the fuck?
No, the show was on like season 12.
No, well, according to Netflix, there's 9 seasons.
Oh, well, I guess they just didn't re-up their contract.
Let me check. 4, 9. Oh yeah, because there's a whole. Yeah, no, they just missed.
That's the season where they wrote the main character out of the show.
Yeah, season 9 is when Rick just fucking leaves.
And then they trapped Norman Reedus in this show.
Literally, it's like, you are the only reason people are still watching. Please stay.
Because people find you hunky and attractive, which, I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah,
Norman Reedus can get it.
Yeah. I mean, there is also Michonne, but I'm like 90% sure she also got killed off at some point.
Yeah.
So,
man,
literally all we have is Norman Reedus. Oh my god, the fucking... the final episode, I forgot, had like a Game of Thrones reference of Winter Has Come.
Oh god. Game of Thrones doesn't even exist in this universe because this happened in 2010.
Yeah, this exists in a universe where Game of Thrones never happened and the fucking Romero zombie movies never happened.
Yeah. Also, it's just funny because Daryl is a fucking OC made for the show.
Yup.
And now he's the main character.
I miss Merle. He was he was an asshole, but he was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright, the last one. We got Shameless.
Oh. Well, Showtime does too.
Damn it. Dude, oh yeah, we got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wait, shit.
So does Disney Plus.
Oh no. It's all coming apart.
Damn it. But, yeah, I don't know.
All we have left are Nickelodeon sitcoms.
Which, I mean, valid. But wait till our Avatar live action show. That's going to be fucking horrible because the creators left because we disagreed with them about their own show. We're a good company.
We know what we're doing. Oh god, it's on fire.
Netflix and Sony are ironically like a match made in heaven. But even Sony knew when to jump ship.
They've seen this before. It was like looking in a mirror.
They won't let it happen again.
You see, they know how to put out the fire, but they don't use a fire extinguisher. They just throw rocks at it. It works. For the most part, anyway. The fire will be gone.
It takes a bit longer, but, you know.
And yes, I stole that joke from a Fairly Odd Parents episode. Sue me.
I forgot that. What episode was that?
I think it was like Timmy wished for like everything to be like caveman times for some reason.
Oh, that's right.
And the firefighters were just these like big cavemen who go fire, 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 rock, 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 and just throw rocks at it.
I remember that. Oh my god.
It's honestly one of my favorite jokes from that show.
Oh god.
It's so stupid, but it's so good.
Fairly Odd Parents. Why did you have to be made by Butch Hartman?
Me, but with Danny Phantom.
Also with Danny Phantom, yes.
Yeah. Like, is that show literally just Butch Hartman wanted to make a Spider-Man show?
It literally is just Spider-Man.
Yes. Yes. Do I care? No.
Vlad Masters is fucking Green Goblin. Like,
he is Green Goblin, except he looks like a vampire.
Yeah, like...
But it's okay because he's still cool. Also, Dark Danny is the best evil future villain ever.
Mm-hmm. God, but yeah, I want to know, what do you want to see from the further Sony Marvel deal?
Like we mentioned before, this is the closest that Spectacular has ever come to coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it can happen, I definitely want it more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, before, the whole thing with Spectacular is, like, Disney has the TV rights to Spider-Man now, but Sony owns the rights to Spectacular itself. So,
Mm-hmm.
in order to make it, they both have to, like, come to an agreement where it's, like, I think it's, like, Disney would have to pay Sony to, like, produce a show, and then Disney would, like, distribute it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's just too complicated and annoying when Disney can just make a new cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But now with this deal and everything going to Disney Plus, and, like, let's be real, if Spectacular does end up on Disney Plus, people are gonna fucking watch that.
They are.
Like,
I think Disney knows, like, how big Spectacular Spider-Man is.
they have to at this point. Like, if fucking Warner Bros. Can acknowledge how big a deal Young Justice was, then Disney can understand Spectacular.
Like, especially because Disney knew Clone Wars was too valuable to just throw to the wayside.
Yeah.
Like, when they acquired Star Wars. Like,
yeah.
They knew how big of a deal it was.
Yeah. Like, they canceled it and put on Rebels instead, but they made it clear Rebels is a sequel show to Clone Wars. And then after Rebels was, like, a big success for a while and everything, and I'm sure a big help was, like, everyone else was still watching Clone Wars and shit.
Yeah.
Disney was like, okay, we'll let you do another season of Clone Wars to wrap everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guarantee that combined with Mandalorian was, like, the biggest shit ever. Mm-hmm. So, like, now we're getting more Star Wars than ever, apparently.
Yeah. Like, so I definitely think that Disney is looking into the cards for Spectacular. I honestly think that it's very much a possibility now.
Yeah.
Because I think even
I'm aware, the new cartoon is canceled.
Yeah, it's done. Like, because it says, like, on IMDb 2017 to 2021. Because, like, they have no season 4 announced, so it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I am sad that we will never see the return of Maximum Venom.
ugh.
Or the Dark Goblin.
Or Null.
There'd be some shit if the final season is just King in Black.
Oh, God.
Like, holy shit.
That would be fucked.
Like, where it's like, it starts out as like, the kid cartoon, where it's like, yeah, Spider-Man, woohoo, and then Space Satan shows up and murders everybody. Like, what the fuck?
Like, but fucking, ugh. It's I think they'd have a really good opportunity to get something Spider-Man related on Disney Plus, like an original Spider-Man thing for Disney Plus.
Yeah, because right now they don't really have anything.
Honestly, they just need to cancel all the Disney XD shows.
They do, which I want to say they probably have by now.
Yeah,
because no one was watching them anymore.
Let me look at Avengers. Let's see if that's still going on. I know the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon is over, which I'm, like, shocked that was even a thing.
Yeah. I remember watching, like, the first season and enjoying it, at least what I saw. I didn't really see past it.
Okay, yeah, Avengers Assemble ended 2 years ago.
Okay. Which, speaking of the Guardians cartoon, I remember seeing it and Star-Lord having element blasters, like they shoot, like, fire, water, ice, whatever. And I'm like, when the fuck did he have those? And I looked it up, and it's like, oh, he had those in the comics forever. Okay, the movies just make it pew-pew lasers. That's significantly less cool.
Yeah.
So Guardians 3, fix that.
Please. Let him have that as a gift in the holiday special.
Yeah. Which, apparently now in the comics, Star-Lord is, like, a Star-Lord. Like, he can... Like, now he can, like, channel sun energy into his guns.
I guess they, like, took that a bit from Volume 2, since he was the son of Ego.
It's possible. I admit, I know fuck all about, like, old Star-Lord lore.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think anybody knows, because no one gave a shit about Star-Lord, like, ever, until the movie.
And I remember his father was some alien warrior guy.
Yeah, he was like an emperor or something.
But they changed it in the MCU to be Ego because they thought it would make for a better story. And honestly, I liked what they did with that.
Same. It was fun. Kurt Russell made a very good scumbag father.
That villain, like, he's a very underrated villain. I like Ego a lot.
Yeah, honestly, he's super cool.
Also, I like that he literally has a fucking huge ego because he wants everything to be him.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because, he was actually in love with Meredith Quill, and he was like, I knew that if I came back, I would never leave, so... Mm-hmm. But, like, he was just so fucked up and put the tumor in her head. Yeah,
like, that's the fucked up part, is, like, you hear him talking, and, like, he's being pretty genuine about how much he cared about, like, you know, Peter's mom, but at the end of the day, his little mission comes first, so he's like, oh well, too
it's like
bad.
Even more frightening that that's what he does to people he actually cares about.
That's the most fucked up thing. It's like, that's what he does if he cares.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine what he does to anything he doesn't give a shit about.
You could have just brought her with you.
No. Instead, look at my baby skeleton mountain that I keep in my stomach.
That's fucked. Like
that shit was dark.
I need to rewatch that movie because I love that movie, but it's very, very dark. But
yeah.
So before we wrap this up, any last thoughts on all the stuff we talked about?
Basically, Sony and Disney have, like, this is the most I think they've ever gotten along ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there is a lot of potential for, like, good Spider-Man stuff, but also a lot of potential for, oh god, the monopoly is killing us all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm not really qualified for half of that shit, so I'm gonna leave that to the YouTubers out there.
Oh no.
They can sort that out for me. I don't.
Can they?
I mean, they can try, and at least they'll do a better job than me.
Will they?
Yes. With my knowledge of, like, the economy, yes.
You assume film YouTubers know anything about the economy?
I mean, true, but still.
I'm being overly harsh, but at the same time, there are people who are like, blockbusters are killing cinema. Wait, why is nobody going to the movies when no blockbusters are coming out?
Yup.
Like, I know a lot of people don't like them, but they are keeping the movie theaters afloat, and that was the thing that hurt them most during the pandemic.
Yep.
And also, the ArcLight is closing. Hollywood fucking sucks because they're not trying to save it, but they're just being like, "Aw, it was such a nice place. Should we protect it? No. Let's just let it go.
Let it burn."
It's just like, y'all say that you make these movies for theaters, and you won't save the fucking theaters that are struggling. Like, I hate.
No, it's fine.
Movie theaters are very near and dear to my heart, and it just sucks to see a lot of people who could very well afford to help keep them afloat, and they don't do anything.
Yep.
But, yeah, I agree a lot with what you said. Because I think that the deal is stronger now than ever, and, like, this kind of echoes back to, like, one of our very first episodes together, where we talked about the deal being reignited. But, there's a lot of room for improvement. Not room for improvement. There's a lot of... Well, there is room for improvement, but there is a lot of room for good things, and there is also a lot of room for bad things. But it will remain to be seen, because, like, I don't want Sony to go under as a company. I just don't think Spider-Man is good in their hands. But, yeah, I don't know. I want good Spider-Man stuff, and honestly, since this kind of confirms that there will be more MCU Spider-Man movies, if No Way Home doesn't do them for me, maybe the next one will. So,
yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. But that is all the time we got for today. So, once again, my name is Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at _TheSmartAlec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. I'm the other host. You can follow me at Redo Reviews or BMDRLR on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, you can go to @OnComicsGround. And if you follow our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you all in the next web. Bye.
Bye.